But first, just quickly about the floods. About all these complaints, where's the Morrison government? Particularly, where's our army to come help? Where's our army? Well, we've actually already seen our defence forces save more than 100 people from their rooftops, which would make me wonder, by the way, why so many people let themselves get trapped when they could have got out long before someone had to risk their lives to come rescue them. But where's the army? That's the cry. Journalists are whipping up this outrage about our supposedly missing soldiers. And one foul citizen even hounded soldiers that she saw at a McDonald's in Queensland. I might actually ask that woman why she wasn't driving down herself to Lismore to go help instead of abusing the soldiers for having breakfast at McDonald's and wondering why they weren't going down to Lismore. But why abuse our soldiers and not, say, our police, our fireys, our council workers, our SES, our public servants, the local footy clubs, the AMBOs, or anyone else that could have done even more than they were already doing to help others in these amazing floods? In fact, there are 2,000 ADF personnel out there already, and there's going to be 5,000 by the end of the week. That's nearly 10% of our entire armed forces, 10% of the full-time armed forces personnel working just on the floods. Now, true, some may actually be reservists, but I'm guessing most reservists in the flood areas are already busy enough saving themselves and their neighbours. Now, it's nice, of course, for the armed forces to help, but it's getting a habit that's really a worry. The fact is, we're now treating our army like a bunch of labourers just sitting around doing nothing important, just, waiting for whatever odd job our politicians dream up for them when there's next some trouble. I mean, especially political trouble. Forget soldiers being busy with our national defence. Forget patrols in the air or under the seas. Forget intelligence gathering, weapons training, weapons procurement, military exercises, or anything at all to do with the actual defence of this country or its allies. Forget learning right now from the way that Ukrainians are beating the Russians. That could be of help for us. Or for organising help for the Ukrainians. No, let's just instead put our layabout army to any odd job to tackle the trouble of the day. Don't call Jim's mowing, just call Jim's army. They'll do anything. Clean your house if you have to. For instance, 2 years ago, there were bushfires in Eastern Australia. To help fight them, Prime Minister Scott Morrison made what was called an historic mobilisation. He sent 6,500 ADF personnel, including 3,000 reservists. And this habit has sure caught on. During the pandemic, 3,000 ADF personnel were again sent to help in quarantine hotels, airports, state borders, even carrying people's luggage. And when the virus got into aged care homes, causing terrible staff shortages and another political embarrassment, again, a job for the army. Nearly 2,000 soldiers and other servicemen and women were sent there too. And once again, the complaints. Where is the ADF? Why isn't the ADF in our nursing homes? I mean, really, seriously, are we listening to ourselves here? Nursing homes? Soldiers? What don't we now demand of our soldiers? We've even had 60 ADF personnel helping with the vaccination rollout. In fact, the government got a general to lead that rollout when the professionals turned out to be too slow and politicians needed political cover. And when a cyclone hit Tonga just last month, you guessed it, once again, our armed forces were there too, this time as aid workers and rubbish removalists. Now this is getting right out of hand. It devalues the role of our military. And I suspect it also diverts them from preparing for their real job as the world gets much uglier and more threatening. That real job, and I hate to tell you some, again, hard truths, is to ultimately be ready to kill our enemies or be killed in the defence of this nation. It's serious business. These people are not our odd jobbers to sweep out mud or mind some nursing home, or to be abused by some Karen when they grab a quick breakfast on the way. Our armed forces deserve more respect.